Everything work if you're brave enough. Okay, I'm being guided to try to make a little bit of more fucking content, so I'm doing a little bit of quick testing here, just to see. So, Holy Spirit, we have a past, present, future. Okay, unchecked reversals, okay? Three of Pentacles in the bottom, something about a work dynamic. This is just a test run. I actually guided myself almost to actually put it up now. But unchecking the reversals, here we have King of Pentacles in the past. So definitely that's you. You're the King of Pentacles. That's a real sugar daddy. That's someone who can definitely figure out how to earn money, how to save them as well. And in present position, Strength in reverse. The Strength card is also called Lost. It's about not being able to tame the beast. That's all about that. Maybe it's beast within your work situation. Maybe it's toxic people in your work environment. Toxic people who are automatically toxic to a King of Pentacles character or something like it. And the future, you have the Star. So that's 2 8s. 8 and 8 it makes 16. That's definitely the chariot energy. When we have so few cards, we can easily make a case about you know what I'm saying. We can easily make a case about you can easily boil things down when you have few cards here. You have the Star in the future. That's because you will become famous. Probably you will become renowned. Whoever this resonates with, but you will have to do it through getting your courage back. Because this is how you are as a person. And I will guide you through the imagery of the King of Pentacles. You see here. You see how it looks, right? And I will clarify for you. So reversed, I would say, because how the card looks in itself, right? I often okay. Let me see how we can do this. It takes just 5 minutes. I may actually even upload this. Okay, but you can see how normally I will interpret the card, looking at the imagery when definitely with the chord cards. Also with some of the imagery I've done on my own things here. But I don't see. I take the reversed aspect. Is don't mind me not being able to explain how I'm gonna read the card, because we're not really reading until I'm saying this. But you can see this hand here. That's the reversed King of Pentacles hand, and this hand here, this is the upright King of Pentacles hand. So he's grabbing back for his weapon, you know, to stand. You know what I mean? And reversed, that would mean trying to if it were reversed, this hand would be his, trying to silence an upright King of Pentacles mouth, and on top of that, having the axe not being reached for, but rather symbolizing some form of sacrifice that's being made for him, or to him, or about him, or from him. You know, blood here, blood on his sleeve, soul that are being sold to Satan. So upright, that would mean you haven't sold your soul. And upright, you can see here, you have golden palettes here. Reversed, I would say worn out clothes. It's golden palettes. Reversed, I would say this is the evil eye, but it's not. It's the upright. It's the third eye. Okay, it's the camera that's on a FBI man's undercover man's shirt, if it were to be FBI or CIA or anyone in undercover, any agency. So this is how I see you. This is how I see us collective. We are in the same. We are in the same. We are in the same energy here. So definitely take what resonates. This is a short one, but you will definitely get your hopes up, and you have very much reason for that. So we have a 16, which is 6 plus 1. That's 7, which is also a chariot year. We have it in 2023. That's a chariot year. And that chariot and the tower, you know. Solara speaks about this too. It's a year for the crumbling towers for the chariot to move forward, and this is this reading also about. So the towers have to fall somewhere in your work environment. I'm getting to be able to for you to be able to move forward, and that tower can be how you handle these toxic people. But I think I'm gonna leave it right here though. What's on the bottom? Oh yeah, a king is 13 for me. In my readings they are. So you can see here, a 13 in this situation. That's 4 on top of a 7. That's a 9. But wait, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a 2. That's a divine feminine number. Okay. Remember, you cannot just exclude the magician and the high priestess. They are court cards, you know, because they are significators. They are significators, and that's been like this ever since people began run their mouth about cards and shit like that, and deciphering what the what the frequency of the card means archetypically. When people began to decipher cards, since they took the tarot from the Egyptian pyramid, and took 2 to 3 to 4 cards out of the deck and then published it, and people began to use it for other than just games. After it was just a game of trumps in Egyptian. And people began to resonate with cards and all that shit. Then that happened. That people began to pick a significator and put it out before shuffling the deck, and that's what that's exactly what the magician and the high priestess are. And I'm just let's have a little cozy time here and say because I like you guys and I can feel the good energy right now in this week. Let's shuffle these cards a little bit while we talk about that. So basically, magician and high priestess are divine feminine and divine masculine and divine feminine. So we have a 2 here. We have 11. When you see the cards with that would add up to 2. That's divine feminine cards. That's divine feminine facets that the high priestess facets. Because if you think about it, 2 is the high priestess. And justice is a woman on the card. You have seen so often a statue with a woman on that has blindfold on, and the scales in one hand, sword in the other. That's the many statues like that. That's the statue of justice. Justice is blind. Wait. I'll show you my justice card, and that's just how it is. Because when you look at the cards, the Empress, you will have, and also all twos. What do we have here? Yeah. Whoa. I know it's not upright, but you gotta see this. They're just on top of each other, like my 7 of Pentacles card, like my Death card. So I'm showing my Justice card here. I can't see though that there's justice, right? Justice is blind. Women need to have justice in their lives and judgment, the judge coming there in their lives. Because justice and judgment, that's Pluto energy, that's generational energy. And look what wanted to pop up. What do we have here? Just having to let you see that. You want to see a real cool card? the sun. So divine feminine is definitely justice. Justice needs to favor women, and generations need to favor women. Why? Because they create generations, they birth generations. You know, they are the ones who cater to the people, and these people of generations need to respect their women. Otherwise, whole society will fall apart. The same with justice. Justice is a feminine card. Judgment is a feminine card. Scorpio is a feminine sign, and that's just period. Scorpio is a feminine sign. Okay, that's what it is. So Pluto ruling the sign Scorpio doesn't really add up with the Emperor being divine masculine and being a 4, and another facet of his card, her Aries card is judgment. That's where people are beginning to, not judgment, but people are beginning to make wrong turns here and there because they think that a Venus controlled person with Venus controlling the card Empress and an Aries like person that's controlled by Mars, that is somehow Empress cannot be a man. A man cannot be a sexy Empress and motherly. And a woman can't be an emperor of a big ass empire. That's just wrong, because magician is Mercury. That's intellect. That's what we need. Men need women with intellect, because otherwise we will get bored. Because men resonate with other men very well if they have high biorhythms in intellect, 100% intellect biorhythm. Then men go along well together. And for a woman, meeting another woman having high emotional, max emotional resonance with each other in the biorhythms, then they will go along with each other. But a man wants a woman with higher intellect, and otherwise he will feel like bore himself to death with her. And a woman wants a guy with high biorhythm in emotional. Otherwise, it will feel like a death for a woman, such a relationship. I know a lot about this. Mercury is masculine, that's intellect. Moon is the most feminine planet, because that's, I know Mars and Venus are also seen like that, but when you really look at it, not the thing we want, but the thing we really need. As men, we need a woman who matches his intellect, because intellect is really what we don't look for it so much, but it really is what it really needs to be. What am I saying? What we really need the most, and that's not so much what we want, but what we need the most is intellect in other people. As men and as women, we need people with high emotional resonance for it to work. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. That's luck. That's Jupiter. Women already have luck. Okay, that's their south node, what they are going away from, because they have mastered it. Men, on the other hand, if a man has luck with the Wheel of Fortune, somehow suddenly he shines. When a man is lucky, he outshines people. Just period. Okay, that's how it is. And the sun, archetypically, it's a hero. It's birth of a sun. Okay, very masculine energy. So that's the 4 things that resonate with these two sides. That's 3 things that resonates here with the with the High Priestess, and 3 things that resonate here with the Magician, right? Sun is an ace, Wheel of Fortune is an ace, and pages are 10s, because look at it. This is a traditional deck, and I'm just showing how I've made this deck. You see, I even put it on my cards here. But look here. I will say it's a page, and there's indeed 2 of each jack. Okay. But King of Pentacles, man or woman, divine feminine. I'm getting you a divine feminine type of person. You like to favor justice. You like to favor, and even you like to favor generations. You like to be highly intuitive. You are divine priest. You are divine priestess. And even though if you're not getting so much lustful fulfillment with the Strength card reversed in the present position, you will get there. You will get there where so many stars on the card will be. You will have so many stars in your life, as stars being people who treat you like a princess that you want to be. I want to be treated like a princess as well, just saying, hey, can you go there for me? Listen, it's all right. It's all right to want that, you know. It's not the worst thing in the world. I don't look like this because I'm gay or something. Not at all though. Because I'm not. Just so you know. But I think I'm deserving of looking a bit metrosexual as well, if I want to, because I'm a high priestess too, in a way. This could be our reading. I'm the collector tool, just like you. So I have pages, knights, queens and kings. Pages, they're awesome. Okay, don't ever doubt it. People who think pages are weird, pages are too small. They look small compared to a queen. So why would a queen marry a page and not a knight and a king? Yeah, that's what people think, but it's not how the imagery looks. The simplicity of the pages, that actually makes them more. That actually make it more of a message. To be honest, I have more on the kings, and I'm more on the pages than I have on the kings sometimes. And I have always been bad at court cards, but I'm thinking I'm beginning to get it. But it's definitely how it is. That tens, they are pages, and there's reason for that. Because when they took it out of the pyramids, they found out, whoa, they look like real playing cards. Yeah, because they're designed around them. And with my cards, you can even play over or under, because they're based on. You would like to see my Hierophant card? Pretty neat, huh? This is my way of making these cards. They're really cool, I think, actually. But yeah, and an arrow up means upright. But with the star in future, you have nothing to worry about. You won't get into the feeling of, you won't get into poverty thinking you will have to rely on hope and luck suddenly to get it. With the, I would misinterpret it that way if the star were to be reversed, you know. But you could say that if the star would be that way reversed, that would be 7 rows of 7 of all the majors, and the Fool being on top. There would be 3 rows, right? Magician in the beginning, and then the Empress will have the star underneath it. Where you can look at it both ways. You can look at it from top to bottom or bottom to top. So in order to bottom to top would be in order to not end up in the 17 card by relying on hope and luck. The Empress would, I think, Wheel of Fortune is in the middle, then, right? The Empress shouldn't rely too much on hope and luck, because otherwise you will lose everything in the end and have to rely on hope and luck. And become the reversed star, but it can also be steps. So the star card is in a way, if you align it that way, it's a little funny game I've found out about, And if you align that way, you can read it like this and this and this and this and this. It's try it one day, collective. Try it. Put all the majors up, 3 rows, full in the middle, on top of them all. Full can be anything. It's a joker. You can look at them this way. You can look at them this way. You can look at them this way. And you can look at them this way. You know? But you have to understand that justice and judgment are divine feminine facets, and so are knights, and I would say queens, and then I would say magicians have the 10. So they're divine. They're created around. They're built around the original deck of cards, right? These cards, not my cards, but all cards. They definitely are. All tarot cards, with 78 cards, they stem from an idea about these cards. The Egyptians built around them, made them grander, made it a game called drums. I think this is true. But having the game drums is definitely true. And that's why you have the Jack, Queen and King, right? So you don't just put three people one step further up. Otherwise, the pages would just be easier put at the card as the 14th card in every suit. That's not how it works. It just works that you take one of the cards out, you take one of the 10s out, and place one there, because they are just numbers. Court cards are people. Okay, that's rankings. That's why they are 10s. So if you give the magician. The magician already have all the tools. The same as divine feminine high priestess have also all the tools. I'm getting weird divine feminines right now, guys. This is my reading as well, of course, because I'm in the collective. You know, you are, and I am. But and I'm just blabbering right now. You know, talking about how I feel, how I begin to see things more clearly. It's basically some women who just thought this is just guesswork, right? And I admit that this is some women who just thinking, no, maybe why not put it as the emperor and the empress? Actually, what I really think is that because feminism, you know, they don't want people to actually, you know, they don't want people to think to see the divine priestess. Yeah, now I'm going off on a tangent. You know what I mean, right? They just made the idea around it that but why is the magician before the high priestess, right? So we just put it as Empress and Emperor because that's also Venus and Mars. Yeah, maybe. Sorry about that. But for real, Venus and Mars. If you look at it, Mars is a malefic planet that stands for sport. Are all guys sporty? Are no women sporty? Can you only be a divine masculine if you are sporty? Can you only be a divine feminine if you like to grow seeds in your garden? Can only women grow seeds in their garden? Can only women be nurturing to their children? Nah, blood. You know what I mean now. Yeah. You definitely resonate with what I'm saying, and you want the rest of the message. So yeah, why not give it to you? Give the Wheel of Fortune a cup in its hand, as the Page of Cups has caught that fish, which is the feelings. They caught that girl's number, and they're very excited about it. Again, a situation more for the masculines than for feminines, because for feminines it's easier. So it's not so impressive. It's not so impressive, yeah. But when you look at it like this, give a cup to the Wheel of Fortune, it becomes a water wheel. that's sounding peaceful in your village, squeaking a little bit, making the river flow, giving the rest of the people, the villagers, giving the villagers more life from what can be used with the water wheel, filtering out bad resonances from the river, making a peaceful sound like that, just like that. And it becomes that water wheel who can also catch the fish. It's a situation of love, you know. Give the Wheel of Fortune a sword, as with the Page of Swords, and it comes to the bottom of things. Give the Wheel of Fortune a wand, it becomes like a firework. What you send out when you get a big message, when you get a big good news. And give him a pentacle, and it becomes that situation where the money comes again and again and again and again, as long as you keep working on it. And I would say that, and remember, knights are divine feminine, pages are divine masculine. I would say initially that the kings are then also divine masculine and the queens are also divine feminine, but I would actually say more, and I have changed my mind about it also, because I really see it as in the beginning I saw it as both knights and pages will symbolize young people, but either men or women, both for a knight and for a page. But I've changed my mind recently, and I'm beginning to see it like, even though the Queen of Pentacles, but I would keep the queens as the feminine side, but not always, of course not, and the masculines as the kings, but still not always. But really, I begin to swap it and say, actually, I think actually the kings and queens can be both sexes. From half of the time it's a queen, half of the time it's a king. Exactly like it is with the empress and with the emperor, which has appeared in many reads. There have appeared so many reads, and so many readers have gotten this wrong, that they got this crooked. And think it is a woman they're talking about when they're talking about me, since I'm a Libra Taurus. I'm a Libra ascendant with Taurus for Vedic astrology. Libra ascendant with ascendant ruler Venus that rules over 8th and first house being Libra, 8th house being Taurus, placed in 8th house in Taurus in its own sign. Yeah, and what's funny actually is, in tropical astrology, I'm a Scorpio ascendant. Guess which generation I'm from? Pluto's Scorpio generation. So that means I have Scorpio in first house and Pluto's ascendant ruler Pluto in the first house in Scorpio's sign, which is its own. That's really good. That's double. That's twice the awesomeness. You know? But you can see there so many readers get this twisted, that they think seeing a divine feminine, see now I even get it twisted a little bit, yeah. But I'm guessing more of the people resonating with this will be female. But that's a pretty good guess when you know there's more females that look at tarot, yeah. You know what I mean. It's an awesome situation right now. So, but they get so much twisted thinking that if it's an emperor who does some bullshit, man, the woman I have a crush on had a long time ago. I don't have. Yeah, I'm actually getting annoyed by this fucking thing here. Let me take this off. I can actually just. You will be able to see it on camera now. That's okay. That's okay, that's better. I want the original style back. gonna feel being original. Yeah, it feels so good. Yeah, they get that twisted, and they don't see that world card is a free, which is Saturn. I wouldn't say. And back to the emperor. Why would divine masculine be a malefic planet, a sign ruled by a malefic planet? Because malefic planet Mars is only functionally benefic in up to 25% of our horoscopes, and not even everyone who is good at sports will be wanting to do a sport. You understand what I'm feeling? They might have not time for that and do something maybe about a job, about a lawyer or something. That's why so few of us become sports stars, because it's a malefic planet. And Venus is damn right not malefic. That's why would only divine feminine be a malefic? And no, Moon is all about emotions, and intellect is all about Mercury. Also, the signs we're looking at. Gemini, which is another facet of the magician card. Gemini is a masculine sign. If you look at the card, that three people. It's a person who has come to terms with. A Gemini is a person who has come to terms with her masculine side, feminine side. Outgoingness is all about. Do you know how many hours I spent figuring out how to be more outgoing when I was a kid, when I was a teen? How many books I had to read and then forget all about that stuff for 10 years, taking those plates off, and they were burned to the skin of me. Cling, cling, cling. How hard it was to get those fucking thinking habits away again. Because I wanted to go out so I could score a female, so I could get out and get laid. That's really something I haven't regret stopping. I stopped that for 11 to 12 years now. Throw all that shit in the trash can and started to become natural within myself. Now I can go out and do that without even having thought too much about it. I could, but I'm not doing that because I'm a celibate person. And I've been for a long time. That's because of Vedic astrology. I stopped that because of Vedic astrology. For 10 years ago. So. And as with the Wheel of Fortune, luck favors the brave. And it's men who has to be brave. And with the divine feminine, justice and judgment will have to be served. Otherwise, men would go out and trap hundreds of women in cages and not leave the rest for others of us, Those of us who wouldn't want to do that to women, but it would just be the man who has the gun. Just prowl all the other men down. Yeah, people who didn't find justice in that wouldn't even be alive today, because we would try to go out and save the women, and we would be plundered down with firearms by the men who can share 1% of their women with so many other dudes that are helping him. Okay? So that's why justice have to be served, because otherwise one man would have hundreds of women in a cage and just pick the bad ones out and let them live on the streets, and just pick the good ones and take for himself, and the middle ones, there would be a few of them that would be used as some kind of valuta, and that's just how it would be if there was no justice, and that would not be great for the women. And I'm getting many men would see how it goes and not go out there and try to even bother with it. You know what I mean? So that's why divine feminine facet is knights and twos, okay? And the high priestess is the one that embodies all knights, and the magician is the one that embodies all pages. There was the wand, sword, the cup, and the pentacle. Yeah. I'm kind of outspoken about what I wanted to say about that today. I'll make it into it again. Talk about next time, maybe next time there will be a bigger reading, and we'll pick a significator. Let's say this is the significator for next reading, okay? Significator, whatever, however you say that. And in that reading with the Knight of Cups, this is the Knight of Cups, okay? And there's nothing in the bottom. It has an arrow. It's the Knight, and on all the pages I wrote page. We'll pick that next time for the significator. Significator, and I make it into how the knights are about, you know. This is the Page of Cups. Okay, but we will just pick it, show you that we know that it's gonna be the Knight of Cups, okay? Can you see, he has a feather, it looks like a dollar bill, with this being the fishing rod, the fisher rod, having, with the fish being hung here, reaching back, reaching for his fishing rod to give the man that just gave him the dollar bill. Okay? It's gonna be for the Knight of Cups. Next time we pick him as a significator, and then just go with it. Go with the flow from there. Yeah? And then we can talk about the knights, because it's the Knight of Cups reading. So we can talk about how the knights are divine feminine facets. Because that's probably the one thing I didn't get to. But take it easy out there, yeah? Good day.